I can't give it away, man. Greg,
What's up, man?
Brian, what's going on? Apologies, I'm over here.
You called me Greg, motherfucker.
I called you Greg
Dang,
by
dog. You
accident,
just
man.
Yeah,
fucked
he
up this
already
time.
hating OG. He already hating
Hey,
on you.
I
good
ain't
good
hating
win,
at
blood.
all.
Good
I ain't
win.
hating. For starters, you heard me say I'm happy because you did one for us. I believe you the same age, so you showed us old dudes we could still have it. I just expected a little bit more after watching you fight Pascal. That's all.
All right,
And then
so
Nash was Mark Nash. He put out a video of you doing power with your son. And I felt like, I don't know what y'all was saying. Ness thinks he's a body language expert. So I'm like, your son want to do pad work where you moving to get you moving and you want to do stationary. I'm like, maybe this man ain't trained as much as he said he trained, man.
all right, so what it was a lot. It was a lot going on. You just old as I am. I wasn't gonna make no excuses. I wasn't gonna cut. I'm still not making no excuses. I didn't make no excuses. I wasn't gonna pull out the fight. I wasn't gonna not fight. Bro, watch this shit.
Mm.
Oh, you tore your bicep.
See that shit?
Yeah. You
Wait,
looking
That
what?
at
motherfucker is half, bro. That shit is in half. This is what the fuck is supposed to look like. I just took my fucking shirt off to show you. Look at this shit, bro.
that's
I'm
Damn.
nasty.
finna go to yeah, I'm finna go to the doctor. I'm finna call him and see what's up right now. Whatever I had to take care of after the whatever, but I wasn't finna pull out. Looked it up. It was supposed to be 4 to 6 months to heal. Man, I did everything I could. I was very, very limited. I had rotator cuff problems. I was very, very limited. You were absolutely correct in your assessment of me taking my time and being very cautious. It was for several reasons. What I was trying to do and what I had planned to do, Greg didn't comply, which he wasn't supposed to. Greg didn't comply, which he wasn't supposed to. What he would do was I needed him at a certain range. He would never get at that range. Like it was either he was all the way in or he was all the way the
Oh,
fuck out.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He would not fight
Mm.
me. He would not box me. Like it wasn't gonna be no. That's what I needed. That's what I had been practicing. That's what we had been training. We was mixing it up. You feel what I'm saying? um with him coming at me with the body weight, even though he weighed more than me or whatever, but still him coming with the body weight or whatever. I didn't have hooks. I didn't have hooks. Whatever. I heard you saying I threw 1-2. That's all I had. All I had was 1-1-2s. I could throw a short hook. I cannot throw a long hook because when I throw a long hook, it fucked that up. You feel what I'm saying? So I couldn't throw a long hook. I had to be very careful with my punch selections. But like I had said before, no matter what, I knew that Greg couldn't beat me. I did not expect him to be as slippery as he was,
Hell
and
yeah.
and
Hell,
like I said, he was very slippery. And like I said, he was very smart about what he was doing because he was slip, and I couldn't even get a body shot off like I want. I couldn't get shit out because before I knew it, he was all the way body to body damn near. You know what I'm saying? So he was fucking me up.
That's cool.
Uh, one more thing. Now with the you was talking about the pace thing. I did train as much as I said. I had no choice but to train as much as I said. But what it was is like my man just said a minute ago about keep going and going and going. You know how you get that second win as a fighter? This is me as a young fighter. I never I never gave myself I was afraid to even get the first win. I was afraid to reach the end of the
Mm.
first win this time. You feel what I'm saying? It take time. You got to be in the ring for that shit. I'm an old man now. You know what I'm saying? Like when you in that motherfucker and you young, it's like, oh fuck it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. I was scared to reach the end of my first win and pee out there on that stage. You know what I'm saying? To do that. So that's what that was about too. That's why I was pacing myself. I had a lot more. You see, I don't know if y'all saw me doing push-ups at the end of the fight. I did have more. I had more. I was afraid to reach my end. I was ready to reach my. I was afraid to reach the win. I wasn't huffing and puffing. I don't know what y'all thought. Y'all said I said I was gassed. It
what?
wasn't necessarily.
Hold on.
Well, I wasn't. I
Time out.
wasn't.
If
I
you not,
wasn't.
why did you like? Why was you leaning over the ropes like that? And I was saying on my live, like, man, he just need to take the stool if he gonna lean
No,
over.
no, 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 no. Oh, my bad, my bad. Well, yeah, but I guess body language mean everything. No, I wasn't huffing and puffing then. No, not at all. I was leaning over the stool, just shit. Old nigga resting my arm. That's what I do in sparring. Like I wasn't. It wasn't about that. I did not sit on the stool because the stool was too tall. The stool was too tall. You saw that tall stool they had? The
Okay,
tall stool they had, when I sat down, I had to sit up and that cup was in my stomach. I didn't want to go through all that. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it. After the first round, after me sitting on the stool the first round, I had my oldest son pull the cup out before I can breathe. I was like, fuck it, I don't need the stool. You know what I mean? Again, listen, man, I was so aware. I was so aware of everything. I was so aware of everything this time that, you know what I'm saying, I just made sure I worked it out with myself in the ring, you know what I'm saying, with my corner, with my sons, and they told me, told me this, told me that. I did what I could do. I knew my limitations, and that's what I worked with. I worked with what I had. That's all I could do.
Nah, for sure. I mean, again, uh, you got one for us old heads. I just thought it was gonna be a little, more body work. Like from what I
I had it. I had it, man. He did again. He did what he was supposed to do. He did not comply. I needed the body work. I wanted the body work. Think about what I'm telling you. If he's all the way out, I'm using my jab. I'm using my jab. You slip past the jab. Cause look, again, I've been a shorter man a lot as a fighter.
Mhm.
That's what you're supposed to do. But I didn't do what he do and get body to body. I slip inside and get inside and try to work. He doesn't get inside to try to work. He get inside, get body to body, and try to steal a shots on, on the inside, shots to the hip and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was doing little shit like that. So like I said, he's very crafty. He's a survivor. He does what he do. You know what I'm saying? He does it well. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking his ring intelligence and his ring experience. I mean, that's 17 fucking years of boxing. You're gonna learn a lot of tricks in there doing that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now we gotta ask. Did the fact that the live stream was having issues, did that play a part at all? I'm sure people kept telling you like I mean, I couldn't watch the shit for
No,
2.
no. B took my phone. Shit, it was early. People was texting me, calling me, and I was on the shit. B was looking at me like, bro. B was the most serious in the room. I wasn't, man, listen, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't nothing. B probably was more, I don't know if he was nervous or not, but he was the most serious person. He was like he was at his fight, my son. He was like he was at his fight. And everything I was doing, I just catch him looking at me. He was looking at me with the most serious face and shit like, it was probably like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So B was the most serious in the room, and he was like, he did say, he said, man, you playing? Why you playing? I was like, I'm not playing. He was like, get your head in this. You playing? I said, I'm not playing. He was like, what you doing? Then he took my phone. Like, look, man, huh? Because I was texting somebody. And then he was like, somebody trying to get in or some shit. He was like, I said, oh, man, take the phone. Fuck it. And I gave him my phone. I had my phone for a few hours. You know what I'm saying? Because we took the phone, put it in his pocket and shit. And which rightfully so. He was doing what he was supposed to do. But like I said, as me myself, I wasn't worried about shit. Like if you seen, again, I could catch his shots. I could do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. It's just when he slide past me or he get him a chest. No, Ness, you taller. No taller man wants a man in his chest. So for all the shorter fighters, let that be a lesson to you. No man, they think of that thing being tall is a good thing. Is about who does what they do better. If you're a shorter man that you can get in his chest, no man wants a short man in his chest. We don't. But I would like him in my motherfucking chest if I can get down and work, but I couldn't do that.
Do you feel you
gotta
got
get
the
them legs.
land like a one good one where you got his
No.
respect, or at least be like, nah, OG got some pop.
No, I know I got his respect regardless. I know I got his respect, period. I think if you ask him, he'll tell you I got his respect, period, because I hit hard. I'm a strong puncher more than anything. I'm a strong puncher. I've always been told that. I always keep that in mind. That's what I tell my son. You have to remember this about yourself. You have to know your strengths and know your weaknesses. And I'm a
Right.
strong puncher. I'm a strong puncher, and I always knew that. And people told me that when I was sparring. People told me that from even fights. Edwin Rodriguez, Henry Buchanan, these motherfuckers that beat me told me like, bro, you hit hard as fuck. Like they'll tell me how strong I punch. So I always keep that in mind and remember, okay, they don't like to be hit. They don't like to be hit. Hit something. Hit gloves. Hit arms. That's what I tell my son. Hit something. You feel what I'm saying? They don't like to be fucking hit. So it's not like I'm a fucking pitter patter. So nah, I'm positive. Without action, I gained this respect, which is why he was Huggy Bear a lot of times and getting closer to my chest, and that's why he didn't. That's why he didn't do more.
So I gotta man, are you gonna seek out another fight before trying to go straight into this Bradley fight? Because obviously you're gonna be the underdog significantly, based on
Listen,
last fight.
listen, listen. See, this is where it get a little. This is where it get a little tricky for me. Everybody they have two sets of rules. Remember, I've been out of fight. I've been out of the ring for 14 years. That's what he's been out of the ring for 14 years. And they gave all the excuses. Even you, Nez, you pissed me off the most. Just so you know, it wasn't you pissed me off. It's you made my awareness of festivity off more because I didn't realize people thought so little of me. Remember when we was talking last? You trying to get me to worry and what about this and what if this and when I kept telling you, bro, I'm not worried about none of that shit. And you kept telling me this and telling me that. Like, why these fucks? Why do you people think I gotta prove? Why do I have to prove what I am it's when what I am is out there? You know what I'm saying? My credit is on the line. Like everything is out there. Who I am, what I am. I'm in the fight. I'm standing on what I said. I've always stood on what I said. I've always done what I said. I ain't never told a fucking lie. I ain't never got caught in no so-called cap. None of that shit. But if I'm telling you this is who I am and this is what I am, this is what I'm coming to do. That's what the fuck I mean. I'm not. It's not a guess. I don't second guess myself. So, again, like I said, with the Tim Bradley shit, no, I'm cool with it. Let's go back to his rules. Now he's been out of the ring longer. Now he's in activity longer. You feel what I'm saying? He is over 200 pounds at 5'5", 5'6", however tall he is. He didn't take care of himself.
But
I only got,
senior,
uh,
you're gonna be nursing an injury. You about to go get surgery and shit. So you still should get a tune up coming back off a bicep injury.
I'm good with that. No, no, no. You asked me. Hey, I got you. I wasn't finished answering the question. I wasn't finished answering the question. Tim Bradley ain't gonna fight me. I'm going to keep calling this puss ass motherfucker out on every chance I get. Give me another short on this. Tim Bradley, quit hiding behind your fake ass Hall of Fame that they gave you just because you was on ESPN. So ESPN can say Hall of Famer announcer. That's the reason you got it, you jackass. You got it because you was on ESPN. You were part of ESPN. They needed to say they had a Hall of Fame. It sounds better, especially if it sounds better when he got the Hall of Fame. He had another Hall of Famer, a real Hall of Famer, and what's my goddamn Andre with Andre Ward.
Don't
You
do
feel what I'm saying?
no,
Yeah,
no.
he had a real Hall of Fame with Andre Ward, so you had to have two Hall of Fame. Like, bruh, you're not a.
Time out.
Yeah,
No, I don't feel what you're saying. That man is a Hall of Famer.
you can call it what you want to call it. He's not to me.
How, Sway?
Cause he's not to me. And look, we gonna stick to the boxing. Fuck all that. That's opinions. That's opinions. Like an asshole, everybody got one.
No, that's
No, that's my opinion.
listen, that's boxing. He beat Pacquiao and he beat
He
Mark.
didn't beat Pacquiao.
Oh, yes, he beat Pacquiao that first fight.
He
And
didn't beat him.
yeah, yes, he did. To me, he did.
He did. He
To,
did.
uh,
To the rest of the world, he did not.
to the judges, he
One
beat him,
time he
and
did
to me,
beat, not even to the judges, to the me beating because he just was winning the exchanges and he had better
I thought
defense
he
than
won that first
Pacquiao.
fight. I promise you. And let me tell you, everything I
He didn't even think he won the first fight. Did you see his ring attitude after?
no, that's not true. That's them death threats. That's them death threats. I'm telling you, I lived through it. The same way
I lived through it too.
no, but hear me out. The same way I watched your fight live and called it, I was calling that Pacquiao fight with Bradley. I thought he won. I said that however many years ago on the same show is there. I thought he won. It was nasty work, the rematch and all that. But I thought he won that first fight. I like the boxer. I always been a fan of Floyd, Keith, Marquez, people that box because you have more tools. And I thought he outboxed Pacquiao.
I'm aware of the
And
rest of the world. If you do a poll,
second one,
put a poll up to ask anybody who actually saw it and lived through it what they think.
okay, but let's not give him that win. What about the
Okay.
Juan Manuel Marquez win?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he deserves that. Yeah, cool. So you get a Hall of Fame for one fight.
Nope, nope. What
Because
about
it was the first of all, it was the older Marquez. Marquez was like 38, 39 years old.
okay? What about this though? He went to the UK and beat Junior Witter.
Down with. Yeah. He
He
got
took
you.
he took the WBC champ from the man in his backyard.
Okay.
Did he beat undefeated Kendall Holt? He beat undefeated Louis
His
Cabo.
140 run was crazy
Bruh,
work.
he beat Devin Alexander undefeated in his backyard for his belt in Detroit. Nah,
He had
I
some
lived
Tim
this. I
Bradley
lived
had
this
some good
career.
work,
I
bro.
lived this.
Hey, I lived it too.
Man.
All I feel, I lived it too. I don't think the junior. I don't think any of those fights. I think the Marquez. I think what got him in the Hall of Fame is the Marquez and the end. I think it was the Marquez and the.
Marquez in the Pacquiao fight. That's the icing on top. Don't forget he took.
Right, those are the fights they got. Those are the fights that got him in the Hall of Fame. Right,
I'm about
those
to,
are the fights that got him in the Hall of Fame.
I got to pull up his box rate because right now I'm remembering he took Ruslan to war. He fought Ruslan in a manner he didn't need to fight him, but he did that after the Pacquiao fights to get.
And who the hell and what did Ruslan do as far as anything else?
He was a world champ. He went on to
Yeah.
become a champ, and he was a fun fighter. Great fights with Lucas Matisse. Great fights with Mauricio Herrera.
Now,
Amazing.
all these people you name it, look, all the people you name it right now, only us boxing fans on this know these people.
Now
The
everybody.
only one the only one that the casual fans gonna know is Marquez and Pacquiao. That's
And
it.
Chris Algieri.
And Chris
Ruslan.
Algieri, yeah, older Chris Algieri,
Well, no, I mean Ruslan beat Algieri and Pacquiao beat Ruslan.
right?
Well, actually, Algieri beat Ruslan. My bad.
Well, also got to think about. I'm not even. I ain't gonna throw no shots because I'm not. If I get, if I get to talking, I'm gonna get to talking, and people gonna hate me. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But
No,
anyway, Chris Algieri to me is. I mean, you gotta really look at who he actually beat and what he actually did. Like,
Mediocre. I don't. He was
I,
mediocre.
here we go. Y'all terrible. How y'all gonna call this
I'm
man?
just being real. That's why I said
The
I didn't
nigga
want
was
to say
mediocre.
that.
No,
No, let me
no,
say it then. The nigga was mediocre.
no,
What the fuck
no,
is you
That's what
talking
I
about?
said. Look, we all real boxing fucking fans, man. We all
no.
got our own opinions.
Hey,
That's
blood.
crazy.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
I
Norman.
ain't even gonna get into it with me. He was mediocre, bro. I done
Cool,
seen
cool.
him.
Like, really, they be
Man,
saying his name and shit. They be saying his name and shit. He beat Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri only beat one fucking. Like, what the fuck is going on? What are we
But,
talking about?
but
This
what
shit
about?
is crazy.
But what about the fact that he got up 6 times from Manny Pacquiao, where Pacquiao sleeping dudes left and right. He's sleeping Hall of Famers. He slept
Right.
Ricky Hatton. He broke Marquez. Not Marquez. What's the kid with the plaster wraps? Margarito face.
I gave him that, but again, I said he didn't win the fight though.
Hey, but you gotta respect him. He's a tough SOB. He
No. Oh, no. First of all, what I would never do is what he does. This is what I never do, even to him. What I never do is what he does. I don't disrespect real fighters. I don't respect actual fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like he calls me a bum. I never call a person like me with a record like mine that got in the ring with people like mine a bum. He called my
wait,
son a bum. He pretty much called my son a bum, unproven it. I would never do that. Now, a person that takes, listen, a boxer and nobody else does, no other fighter, hear me out, and you prove me wrong. No other fighter does what Tim Bradley does. No other real actual fighter that actually fought and got in there really does what Tim. We don't bash real fighters. We don't bash kids and guys that take this shit seriously. Now, this is not a shot at Greg Hackett, but I got to keep it real. If you take a guy like Greg Hackett with a record like what he had, you would bash something like that because you would look at like, bro, you don't even take this shit serious. You're a bum. You're this. You're that. Like I said, that's no disrespect to Greg. I'm just being real. That's what a fighter would do. But a person who going in there, he's fighting these guys. He's actually fighting to win. He's challenging himself. He doing the work. He not cutting no corners. He doing his training. He doing what he need to do. He going the rounds. You don't bash those type of fighters. Like, who the fuck are you to bash that type of fighter? Even if you was gifted by God with something that person wasn't. You don't bash, real fighters don't bash those type of fighters, and I just hate that about him. That's all I'm saying. So even with that, I'm not bashing him as a fighter. He is a real fighter. He got the spirit of a fighter. He got the heart of a fighter, and I've never bashed that. That's my problem with him. He does that. That's my whole fucking initial problem with him. He's a bitch because he does that. He acts like he sit on his fucking hierarchy tower. You feel what I'm saying? That he got on by himself. He act like he sit up here like he got on by himself and he bash all these fucking kids coming up, whether they're 20, 21, 22, 23. I mean, like, the niggas, he's some bullshit. That's my opinion.
No, I hear you. Listen, you guys have something personal. He's talking about his son.
Yeah.
Not nothing you can get over. And I do get it. You know, as a fighter of his caliber, it is odd to call people bums. You know, I used to use that word and started sparring and realizing even a bum could whoop your ass.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. So when you shared the fucking ring, when you got in the ring, you put in the work, you seen the work it takes. You see all these people in the comments, oh, he's a bum, but they can't get in there and beat that bum. That's what I'm saying. This is a man that, again, you can disrespect the fight that don't take it serious. That's okay, cool. You're not taking it serious, you're going out getting your ass whooped, blah, blah, blah. Cool. We can call him a bum. But a motherfucker that take this seriously, that does his best. You can't call him a bum. You can't do that. You can't do that. I don't do that.
Nah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Coach, I think Tim Bradley is low hanging fruit. When can we go after Jake Paul? We trying to get the biz off, man. That's
Tim
what
Bradley is not low hanging fruit because he gonna be, hey, this gonna be a pause moment. He the low hanger. He like a. No, I'm not even gonna say that's such a pause. I'm not even gonna say that. That motherfucker gonna run. Tim Bradley gonna jump up as high as he can fucking jump up, bro. Tim Bradley ain't no low hanging fruit. Tim Bradley gonna run. Tim Bradley don't want to test himself again. He don't want to risk. He don't want to risk nothing about himself. He want to talk the shit, call a person a bum, and say I don't fight bums. Okay, well if I go to your record, I guarantee you I'll find somebody worse than me back in the beginning, wherever it was at. I guarantee you I'll find somebody that can't beat me. You feel what I'm saying? These are 140 pounders you was fighting, 147. That's not to discredit you because I know you was building your career and building your record just like everybody else does. But he seems to forget that. That's what, again, i.e. with my son. You know, he was with Cameron Duncan. He was fucking groomed the exact same way. But you came in talking shit about a fucking 22-year-old kid. My son was 22 at the time. My son was 22 at the time. Not to mention, shouts out and congratulations to Abdullah Mason. You're doing an amazing job. Not to mention, you take a guy like Abdullah Mason, who is what, 20, 21, whatever he is right now at the time, and you take all these kids here, he not going to talk shit about them. He not telling them you need to fight somebody. He not saying that at 22 years old. What the fuck was you coming at my boy like that? He was coming at my boy for personal reasons. It was because of Quentin Randall. That's what people not understanding. That's what they're not getting. It's more personal than this.
Well, wait, what do you mean
Mm.
because of Quentin Randall? He not related to Randall? What you saying because he picked?
No. They had a little squad. Quentin Randall was the captain of the Olympic team, right? You got to think he had a story. Unfortunately, Quentin Randall had two kids pass away. He had a story going. He came out of jail. It was like a Bernard Hopkins type situation. He came out of jail, vowed to make his life right or whatever else. Go back and watch the Quentin Randall and Brian. When you get a chance, if you really want to understand me, which I know nobody do, they just want to bash me as much as they can, even, and I might having to fight for my respect. I'm willing to put my shit on the line. But go back and watch the Quentin Randall fight. If you can just do me a favor, watch up to round 3. That's all I need you to do. Watch round 1. Watch my son in round 1 because I watched it over and over to make sure my son did good in round 1. Watch round 2. At round 2, you see Tim Bradley start bashing my son. This is the very first time Tim Bradley ever announced a fight for my son. This is the very first time. Quentin Randall fight was the very first time Tim Bradley ever announced a fight for my son. He bashed him in round 2. Go look at it. But what does he have? What does he do? Well, damn, bro. What the fuck are you talking? The nigga, the little boy, he 22 years old. He ain't dead. What the fuck are we talking about? When is he gonna fight somebody? That was I think it was the same fight. Like it was bad, bro. You have to go watch it. Go watch it and listen, and you'll understand. People was texting me. I didn't know till after the fight. They was like, bro, what the fuck? Tim Bradley got personal vendetta against you. I don't know what the fuck going on. Go watch the fight. Watch the fight. Quentin Randall and Brian Norman Jr. It was not a good fight. My son was doing what he doing. It was just like me and Greg Hackett. What it was, my son wanted to do one thing, and Quentin wanted to do another thing, and it was just an ugly fight. And we all know styles make fights. That's part of boxing. He knows that. He's supposed to be, especially, he's been all these places that had a stellar amateur career. He fucking knows that. Styles make fights. Fights are ugly sometimes. That's it. My son won the fucking fight, but he bashed him the entire time. No, wow. Wait, I know I'm long winded, but let me say the last point. Wow. First, big up in Quentin Randall, his story, the Olympics. Now you're not going to bash the Olympian that's been around, that has his experience, for not being able to handle this fucking kid that's so-called a sorry as that. That's a one-trick pony. Make it make sense.
Mm.
That
So
was my problem with Ken Bradley. When you get a chance, if you get a chance, all the boxing people who want to see it, go watch Quinn Randall and Brian Norman Jr. Watch the fight, watch it up to round 3, and you'll understand what the fuck my problem is with Tim Bradley. And I ain't gonna let that shit go. Keep trying to let that shit go. I don't want him to let that shit go. But fuck it, he is who he is. I am who I am. He was raised a different way than I was raised.
I'm treating you no different than every fighter. Obviously, most fighters have that fight they looking for. If you're in a certain division, you're looking for Tank. You're in another division, you're looking for Tank. I mean, for Canelo, you are looking for Bradley. It's not attainable, in my opinion, just yet. So, are you open to a Antonio Tarver fight? He always calls out Jake. I feel like if you out Antonio Tarver,
No. No. I'm
then
not looking to make a career. I'm not. No, no. Again, like I said, I fight with pride. I fight with pride, honor, and respect. I fight for purpose. I don't fight just to fucking fight no more. That shit is dead for me. Like, I'm not. When I was fighting before, I was fighting to get somewhere. I was fighting with a cause. I'm not gonna fight somebody like Antonio Tarver without a cause. No, no, I wouldn't do that. No.
the check. It's the check, of course. I mean, if we could get
The
MVP,
only person I fight, for the check. I ain't gonna say the only person I fight
well,
for the check.
wait a minute. I don't think you did your research. Antonio's 56. I mean, Jake Paul just
Yeah,
lost.
I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trying to go beat up. I'm not trying. I'm not saying. I'm not saying I can't beat him. I'm not saying that. I don't want to fight him. I don't have no beef with Antonio Tarver. I mean,
It
I'm
ain't
cool.
about beef. It's about the setup. He calls out Jake. If you can eliminate a potential guy, then that puts you in a Jake Paul running, and you would be.
Antonio Tarver calling out Jake Paul is just like me calling out Jake Paul. We both want Jake Paul for the exact same fucking reason. Like, simple as that. I don't want to fight Antonio Tarver. I don't give a fuck if he was 65. Listen, I don't care if he was 75. I don't want to fight Antonio Tarver. I don't have no beef with him. I respect Antonio Tarver. I don't want to fight. I can't get up for something like that. I don't want to fight. I don't know. I'm not looking to make a career out of this shit. No.
I'm just trying to get you to that next to that. How do you get to the Brad? How do you get Bradley to take it serious? Because
Tim Bradley, he not he. I looked in Tim Bradley's eyes.
but this
Tim Bradley,
this
listen.
and you
Go ahead.
didn't send a message. You didn't knock out Greg, so it's not like you showed Bradley like
It doesn't, that would make it worse. That would make it
no.
worse for him.
That would
You
have
you missed it. I think you're missing it. I think you're missing it. This is what you're missing though. Next, what you're missing is Tim is afraid. Tim said to me. I didn't say to him. Sim said to me, he will beat my. He said he'll whoop my ass. He said he'll beat me. Bet 200. He called the weight. He said this. All I was like, nigga, please, let's get it. And been on it ever since. Now he took his tail and ran. Coach Malachi, True Media Sports, called him. Asked him, would he take it? Would he be interested in money? Yeah, let's see how much they talking. Let's talk. Then he turned around and recanted on that shit right before even fucking hearing the numbers. Bitch, you asked for the fight. You asked for the fight. You see, I'm willing to fucking fight. Then you change your motherfucking mind. Now I'm a bum. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You missing it. He's afraid. I saw it in his eyes. He's fucking afraid. He even asked for the fight before I saw the fear. I saw the fear in that man's eyes. He won't. He won't even face me. He won't even face me on here. He won't even get on here. He won't.
The thing is, Coach Tim Bradley, like he looks at you like little bro, because he's like,
No,
yo,
he
in
don't.
my career, I fought Pacquiao, I
Yeah.
fought Marquez, I fought the Russian from Rocky.
You giving it to him. You giving him something to hang. You giving him something. See, that's where you fucking up at. That's why the fight will never happen because you got people, the fans like you, and the other people that like, oh man, he did this, he did that. Okay, cool. Well, do it again. It should be easy. Do it again. It should be
No,
easy. It should be that. That should be
that's why,
easier then.
but Coach, that's why Ness is saying you fight Tarver, then you get the Jake Paul fight, then Tim
Hey,
then Chuck.
but if he's afraid, so wait a minute. So if he's afraid, why do you think they will make him unafraid?
Because of the public
Because like
demand. Public demand. That's what
The
forces.
public, the public can demand the shit now. I want Tim Bradley now. I mean, again, I will fight
Not
Jake Paul. Listen, I will fight Jake Paul. I will
getting it,
fight Jake Paul, and I will fight Tim Bradley.
but you not getting it.
let's
The
go.
public not gonna demand it now because you ain't knock out Greg. It ain't like you gave us a reason to be like, oh shit, yeah, Tim, you ducking me on this.
Hey, I mean, but look, but so why don't you demand it? Because he fucking just like Greg said, we got squabble. That's what Tim said.
Because
Tim said it.
Tim could hide behind, man, I'm not fighting this dude. He never won a world title.
He said it. He said it though.
It don't
You
matter.
give it. Ness, you're on this panel giving this nigga all the excuses and all the reasons right now. You're giving it to him right now.
I'm just being real. I mean, you
But he called me out. I didn't call him out.
and
Okay.
you ain't show him why he should get out the bed,
I,
coach.
I got it. 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 Because I just put it in his chat too. I got it. Here's the reason he got to bed to fight my son. Exhibition bout, however. He said
What?
he'll beat him too. He
Oh,
said he'll beat him too.
nah, but we can't do that.
He
That
said he'll beat him too.
but that's I mean, exhibition would be better for Norman Jr. later in his career. Like right
But he said he'll beat my son too. So we ain't gonna hold him to that either. We ain't gonna hold it. We gonna let him say what the fuck he want to say. We ain't gonna hold him to shit. So what me and Greg Hackett just did really just went over a lot of people's heads when we say you talk shit on the internet, now get in the ring and back it up. Now we're gonna still let people talk shit and not back it up. We're gonna let people come on here and say, Two Tone, this is not shooting or shot you. Two Tone, I'll fuck you up. Where Two Tone say, well, let's get in the ring,
but,
motherfucker. And I'm like, man, fuck that.
but
You ain't shit to me. I ain't gotta fight you. You ain't on my level. We
listen,
gonna let that shit ride? No.
it's going over your head. That's what we said, and no disrespect, but you didn't beat Greg up.
I understand. That's fool, bro. If that's what you want to hang your hat on, you gonna give him the hang your hat
I'm,
on. It is what it is.
I'm not
Like
hanging.
I said, bro.
Hear me out, right? Like you and Bradley
Yeah.
talk to each other where y'all want to fight. You like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Show me you could beat me and my son. But you didn't show us you could like you about to give Bradley that go. So we want you to get
Bradley said he wouldn't fight me before this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He already said he wouldn't fight
he
me
gonna
before this. He ain't gonna fucking fight.
hide now because he got a reason. He probably gonna
No, he ain't got no fucking reason. He was gonna hide behind that anyway. He wasn't gonna do it, and he ain't gonna do it. He a bitch.
listen, he couldn't have hid behind you stopping Greg. You stop Greg, people would have been like, shit, Bradley, that man still got
Man, listen, the man. Okay, well, come stop me. He a bitch. He said he the one that called me. I didn't call him out. He called me out first. I'm just fucking. I'm just like, okay, well, motherfucker, let's get it. And I'm like, you tease me. Why you tease me like that? You know what I'm saying? You told me I'm finna get this motherfucking work. Please come give me this goddamn world championship of work. Give me this Hall of Fame work. That's what I need. That's what I'm saying. But you giving them all the excuses in the world, so shit. And we ain't gonna never get shit with people like you talking like that.
not
Hey, I'm sure right now people in the chat, man, Tim Bradley, whoop his ass. Yeah, but guess what? Hey, everybody believes that except Tim Bradley. He gonna say it, but he don't believe it. That's why he ain't gonna do it.
I say Tim spars your son. I don't know about a fight. I think
Okay, Tim can spawn my son too, and we can do it for money.
but I don't
That's
even
fine too. He
like
won't do it.
you see how
He
Porter's
won't.
sparring. I don't even know if Tim's still active.
Tim won't come nowhere near nothing. What he won't. Tim is the type of okay. It's a different type of hate. Cause I was gonna make a post about this shit today. You steal my head a little later. Listen right here. Let me tell you who hate. Let me tell you the people who hate. The people who hate are people who are beneath you. It's people who are beneath you when you're doing something that they can't do, whether it be a fighter. Like I guarantee you, anybody hating on me and my record and my fights, even Greg Hackett, most of the people hating on him and talking shit about it, I guarantee you can't beat us. They cannot get in the ring and beat us, right? Like 99% cannot beat us. All right. So there's usually people who can't even do what you do, even when it comes to money, whatever it is. Now, Tim Bradley is the other kind. He's the kind that's a little up that wants to hate, so you can't even come up here. And we're not talking about me, we're talking about my son. He's the one that's up a little bit, but he see you coming, he see you on the way, so he gonna bash you and knock you down as much as you can while you on your way up. That's what Tim Bradley is. He's the worst kind of hater. The worst kind of hater is the hater that can actually do damage. He's the hater that sat on ESPN in front of the world and talked shit about my son for no reason. For no good reason. And after that, my son became a world champion. But, you know, it is what it is. He's the worst kind of hater. That's what Tim Bradley is.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go ahead and give out your social media. We're going to get to some of these callers. We got another interview in about a few minutes with Keyshawn.
Tell Keyshawn congratulations too, man. He did good. He did a great job. That's a fucking fight I would hate to be in at any point of my life. That's a fight I would hate any of my fighters to be in at any point of my life because Barenchek being so small and jumping in and out like that, that's a crazy ass fight. I don't think he could hurt Keyshawn. I mean, but he definitely found a way to get it done. That was to go to the body because the body don't move. The body gonna be there. So that was a beautiful performance by Keyshawn. And he made me a fan his last fight with Limo. So, you know what I'm saying? So congratulations to Keyshawn too. So say him that or whatever. As far as my social media is all about my boy, official B. Norman, one of four world champions, welterweight division, Brian Norman Jr. Looking to come undisputed. Got a title defense March 29th in Vegas. After that, we're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what's shaking when the other guy do what he do, and we're gonna see if we can get that cracking or popping one way or the other. But that's what it's about. Official B. Norman. It ain't even about me. Brian Norman Jr. What it's about. Tim Bradley, quit ducking. Get your bitch ass out of the basement. Get your bald headed ass out here. Let's get that work. That's all I'm about.
All right, Brian Norman Sr. There you have it, ladies and gents.
Okay, dog.
So maybe